Hello everyone! Thanks for joining me for the left-handed flute project. Today is day 5. Quick review of day 4. I'm definitely getting better at this flute. I'm able to move around all the different scales a lot easier. I'm able to start playing faster, which is great. But now that I am playing faster, I'm noticing I'm starting to kind of make the next round of mistakes with my techniques. Yesterday, I also worked a bit on the Schumann melody and trying to iron out some of those awkward intervals like D to F, F to B natural. And I also sight read a piece at the very end. Now, I asked, did you happen to guess what it was? It's a nice little flute solo for beginners. A Minuet by J.S. Bach. So congratulations for those of you who got it. Today is day 5. I'm going to be doing 5 scales today. I want to focus on my sharp scales today, as well as reviewing the chromatic scale. I'll also be practicing the melody by Schumann again, and working on chunking those patterns, seeing if they are any better than yesterday. It's happy practicing time. Let's get started. Awesome! First time playing the C major scale today. No mistakes. I'm so happy that I finally did it. Oh, definitely not going to jinx that one. I'm just going to move right on to G major now. Almost got that one. That C to D is still blah. Let's do a little work on that today. I talked about this in the first or second day, I believe. I was thinking about like, okay, which finger do I have to think about from going to D to E? And it was my third finger on this hand, not this hand. I am just continuing to use that same method when working on C to D. D major. Haha, pinky. So sometimes I'm still running into that pinky issue. For those of you who are interested in buying a left-hand flute or trying one out, the pinky rolls, they're really different now. You know, I'm so used to having this pinky down all the time, and then this one up all the time. I'm often forgetting to put this one down on the foot joint. So if you do end up trying a left-hand flute, which I highly recommend, watch out for that one. Make sure that you're putting your pinky down on that pinky key. Oh, so that time, as I was playing that scale, I noticed a lot of pressure in my pinky. Have you ever had any students that have complained about their pinkies hurting? I feel like I'm adding some pressure to that pinky, and I just want to be careful that I don't. So I have to redistribute it and, you know, make sure that my thumb's really helping out. Okay, wow, D major arpeggio. There's a lot of switching going on in that right hand. I got it, but yeah, it makes me think a lot. So when you ask your students to do D major arpeggio, you should maybe just pay attention for fun and see like how much are they really thinking about it. A major, it's a new scale for me today. We have 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, I still have to keep that thumb down. C sharp, G sharp, and high A. Oh, it's like this. There it is! Yeah, that was interesting. It was just the high G sharp to A that really messed with my brain. So that was the A major scale. See the arpeggio? Ah, minor. 4 sharps. First finger up on D sharp. Oh man, just like on regular flute, going from F sharp to G sharp, that is a fun little pattern. My question for my students is, which finger is slower? E major arpeggio? I'm getting better at scales. Things are starting to come more naturally, but I still very much feel like a beginner in my lack of consistency. There are certain things I still make the exact same mistake on. Remind them that that happens to us too. You know, I already have such an advantage over these kids who are playing the flute. I can make a sound. I can read music. I know how fingerings work. I know how to count. I also know how to hold the flute. I think most importantly, I know how to practice, and I know that things are going to get better as long as I keep practicing. And I think that's a struggle that our students run into, not having experienced the bigger picture of it all and knowing that if you just keep practicing, things will get better. I think we have to be encouraging of that and really also be compassionate in times when they're making a lot of mistakes. We have the greater perspective, and we can help them start to see that and work towards overcoming this challenge so that they too can have a greater perspective and know that they're going to overcome it. So yes, anytime I play E, I still forget this third finger, whichever hand is on. It's kind of annoying. But I also know that I'm getting better, and I know that in a week it's probably going to be easier than it is right now. At least I hope so, assuming I practice correctly. So that's just something for you to think about as you talk to your students this week. How do you handle mistakes with the kids? Now that I can play most of the scales, I probably should start doing these with the metronome to try and get them faster. So we'll start that with the chromatic scale. Guess what tempo it is? It's 104, the not fast tempo. 104 still seems fast, I'm just saying. It's time to practice some melody by Robert Schumann. We're gonna do this with the metronome. My best friend. Whenever I introduce the metronome to students, they're like, what is that? And I say, it's your new best friend. They're like, really? Yes, it is. It's gonna be with you through the rough times, and it's never gonna give up. Unless the batteries die, and then, you know, you just have to replace it. It'll never give up on you. So we're gonna start with those 8th note passages, just to make sure I can still play those. Ooh, B to D, that's a fun one. This finger. Okay, so that did not get better. We're gonna have to practice that a bit. There's always gonna be one good mess up. Oh, come on. Ah, that thumb is just too slow on the C. I got it, but I lifted this thumb instead. Whew. Gotta stretch that shoulder out. You guys ever do stretching with your students? One thing I just noticed while I was playing through that passage 1,001 times is that my airstream was not always its best. It again comes back to that there's so much going on. You can't think about it all at the same time. So pick your battles with your students is my recommendation from that. I will definitely be reinforcing my own teaching of this. So right there though, for me, I feel like the fingerings were more important than the air. Now we'll see if I can combine them. I still think I need another day on that melody just to work out that little section. All right, time to work on a new piece, or at least sight read something. 16th notes are a little daunting. Ooh, I'm gonna sight read number 5. It's a minuet by Handel. What I'm really excited about is that it's in F major. That's a nice little piece. Today was another solid day of playing the flute. I think it's time tomorrow for me to start pushing my technique and really exploring all the different patterns of different scales and things like that. I'm also going to be pushing my fingers to get faster and faster. So I have one final question for everyone. Are there any technical aspects that you find your flutists are struggling with that I could try on the left-hand flute? I'd love to explore some of these other technical challenges and see if maybe we can all work together and figure out why they are hard. If you do have any thoughts or questions about that, you can write it in the comment section below, or you can email me at innovativeflutist@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me for the Left Hand Flute Project for day 5. Things are going great, and I am excited for another day. Until then, happy practicing!